How to create a speedometer chart in Excel. A speedometer chart is a quick and easy way to show the attainment level of a specific KPI at a glance. So how do you create it? A speedometer chart is a combination of a donut chart and a pie chart. And first you want to create that donut chart. So here I have the data outlined in this example, segment 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then there's an omitted segment, and this segment would be left out or formatted as no fill in the speedometer chart. And we're going to get more into it as we progress. So let's create that that donut chart. And this is what your donut chart is going to look like when you first create it. So at this point, what you want to do is to format the angle of the first slice to be 270. Great. And remove the legend and the chart title. We can add the chart title if need be. Now what you want to do is to start formatting this chart. So first we'll just format this as a no fill, and format the colors of your various segments to whatever you desire based on the theme of your report. In this example, we're using the standard traffic light color scheme. So that's going to be red, orange, yellow, and green. Great. Now, creating the donut chart, pie chart, sorry, which would show the needle of your speedometer chart. It requires three segments, and that is the actual value. And you can reference this to, um, a pivot table or some calculation in your report, the size of the needle, and a balance. And the balance is basically a subtraction of the sum of your actual and the size of the needle from the total of all segments within your donut chart. And we're going to insert that donut chart, that pie chart, sorry. Great. At this time, what I want to do is just to increase the size of the needle to, let's say, 5%, just to format this properly. And what I want to do is just to um, change the outline to no fill for the entire chart and only select, let's change that to no fill and only select the needle um, slice of the pie chart. And I'm going to format the outline to black and change the weight of the line to 3. Um, and then I'll reduce the size of it back to 0. So that way it shows as a clean needle going through your speedometer chart, as opposed to it being a segment, a small segment of a pie chart. And I'll show you what the difference would look like when we continue to create this speedometer chart. Now, what you want to do is to copy and paste your pie chart into the donut chart. And this is what it would look like until you format it up properly. Um, Now, what you want to do is to change chart type, go to change chart type, select on combo, change the series 2 to be your donut, and series 1 to be your pie. Great. And set the pie chart to be secondary axis. Great. Now hit OK, and this is what it looks like. Now here, what you want to do is select your pie chart and change the angle of the first slice to 270. Great. Increase the pie explosion to about 100 so that you can access the donor chart at the back, and increase the angle of the first slice here as well to 270 so it rotates the chart and creates that nice semicircle that you want in your speedometer chart. Great. Now let's decrease the size of the explosion here to 0, and we're going to format um, the actual and the balance of the pie chart to be no fill. Great. And I'm just going to increase this to 1%, and I'll change that to black. Let's go 3% so I can select it properly. And you're basically done. That's your um, that's your speedometer chart. However, you can take this chart to another level where first, instead of having this segment, so to speak, um, or a slice of the pie chart being the needle, you can format this to look more like a needle, as I mentioned earlier. And to achieve that effect, what you'll do is to select that slice, change the outline to black. It's currently set to no fill, so you change that to black, and you increase the weight of the line to 3. And what you want to do is to decrease the size of the needle back to 0. So now you have a clean needle going through um, your your chart. Now, another thing that you can do is to set a goal level. So I want the goal level to be 90%. And to achieve that, what you'll do is to insert another segment within your donut, and the values of the segments before your goal line should be the sum of the values before your goal line should equate to whatever your goal is. So in this case, I want to set the goal to 90%, and segment 1, segment 2, and segment 3 are all going to be summed as at 90%. So I'm going to insert a line here, and I'm going to label this as goal. I'm going to set this to, let's say, 10% for now. Um, and then I'm going to just complete some formatting here, right? Um, so first what I want to do is just to expand the pie explosion to be 100% again so that I can access the donut chart at the back. And here that we have, this would now be your goal, right? And you want to format this as green to be the outline, and the weight again at 3%, right? And at this time, what you can do is to decrease the value of the goal at 0, right? So that way you have a line going through um, your speedometer chart as opposed to an additional segment. So let me just increase this back to 10% so that I can make this line ticker. Say 4.5%, 4.5 points. And again, I'll reduce this to 0. I'll make this now my goal, my green segment again. And this one, I can format this back to no fill. Select your pie chart and decrease the size of the pie explosion back to 0. And voila. So now you have a neat speedometer chart that features a goal line. Now, at this time, what you want to do is to create a call out, right? That's going to show on the speedometer chart the value or your actual value. So we'll insert a text box, try to center that, and using the formula equal and just reference your values there, your actual value, center and align that, make it bold. You can increase the size of the font a little bit. And that's it. Speedometer chart in Excel.